First things first, double XP until the end of the second inning XP reward path. If you don't know, there was a roster update. How do you find the players that have been upgraded or downgraded? Go into the home of Diamond Dynasty where it says player updates. You click on that and then go down to where it says roster update, and then you can go and look through all 91 pages of players that have been affected. Luckily for you, if you're looking to invest in players or get into a community that talks about possible investments for future roster updates, I have the Discord just for you. Click inside the description and you will find the link, as well as to my Twitch where we stream daily, and social medias, which will be important a little bit later on. But don't forget to also hit the red subscribe button on YouTube, notification bell, and like button as well, so you don't miss another upload. Although those are two of the biggest factors in today's update, we're gonna discuss the best XP methods throughout this video, as well as things you should be doing today to get yourself closer to completing Scott Rowland, which involves new legends that have dropped today. We started off with the LYLT takeover program, which is going to have a total of 17,600 experience. I would suggest starting it off with the moments. By completing these moments, you're going to get yourself 20 program points. And then what I would do if I were you is I would be looking to complete the stat missions. Put LYLT, either the gold version that you get from the starter program, or if you have the live series diamond version, as the leadoff hitter, and then try to get either a home run or a base hit. Keep them at first base and then steal first and second in a play versus CPU game. While doing this, you're going to want to have a team full of primary shortstops, and make sure that on the bench, if those primary shortstops don't have a ton of speed, you have 4 to 5 shortstops that can substitute in for whenever you don't hit a home run at first base, and you can send them off to get the 10 stolen bases as well. And then for the final mission to complete the program, it's going to really be pick your poison. Either you go ahead and try to also make sure that the 9 shortstops you have in your lineup are switch hitters, or high fielding hitters, or high speed hitters, or players from the Reds, but this is more than likely impossible because there is no way you're going to field 9 shortstops from the Reds. And just a little reminder, when it says primary position shortstop, it means that the player, you must select shortstop here and then place them elsewhere if you're going to be doing the play versus CPU method, which we will discuss in a second. Play versus CPU method is pretty simple. You go face the Rockies on the easiest difficulty for you, away, and once you get 3 outs hitting wise, you just quit out and you rinse and repeat, because the stat missions count towards the progress of the program. We have a brand new diamond quest, which is going to feature 90 overall Josh Young, who is great versus left-handed pitching, 90 overall Adam Ottavino, who has excellent pitching clutch and hit per 9. His arsenal is sweeper, sinker, cutter, 4-seam. He does not have outlier, but with that mix, he can be deadly, especially on higher difficulties. They did advise to have speed on the bench because there are steal bases moments for you to complete here, so make sure you load up your bench with at least 2 guys that have high speed and high steal. 2 new conquest maps, the horseshoe map, which is going to get you 4,500 experience, as well as the City Connect Chicago White Sox, that is going to get you the uniform as well as 4,500 experience. For the City Connect one, you're just going to fill out as many open territories as possible, and then you're going to circle in the strongholds. These are where you want to put your blockers so the strongholds don't continue on expanding once you have circled them in. For the horseshoe map, which is also going to get you 4,500 experience, these are where you're going to want to put your blockers so the strongholds don't expand. Now for the horseshoe map, another big piece of advice that is going to help you complete this conquest map a lot easier is go ahead and do 3 simulations versus the Reds. Do not attack this 1 million out here. Just attack this one, and attack this one. You should end up with 7 million fans here. If you do not restart until you do end up with 7 million fans, Once you get 7 million fans there, you're going to capture as many open territories as possible. Your next reinforce phase, you're going to put 3 million fans there, so that could be the blocker, and then you're going to capture as many open territories as you can until this drops down from 3. Once it does, you're going to reinforce it back to 3 million every single time, and then continue on making the same path and doing the exact same thing to the Texas Rangers, Kansas City Royals, and last but not least, the Chicago Cubs. If you have not done the spring breakout, they made a big change, and that is that in the spring breakout pack that gives you 2 non-sellable gold cards that you will need for collections, instead of it being you having to complete it 4 times to get all 4 players, they changed the pack to choose 2 players. So now you only have to complete it twice in order to get all 4 exclusive golds. That is not all although, as if you back out of Diamond Dynasty and you go to where it says storylines, they have added 3 new Negro League Diamonds, which is going to be huge if you're looking to either complete the Scott Rowland collection or get your hands on Josh Donaldson, as they have added Monte Irvin, Judy Johnson, and then Biz Mackey. I said it right the first time. I don't know why I corrected myself, but this should make it a whole lot easier for you guys to get your hands on this left-handed pitcher who is going to be one of, if not the best left-handed pitcher in the game. And not only is he great because he is a starting pitcher that you will be using, but he is also a voucher necessary in order to get the 18 needed for 99 overall Scott Rowland. Double XP week. What are some of the best XP methods? I'm going to be flat out honest with you all. It's going to be completing programs, whatever programs have goals that will allow you to obtain XP. For example, I've said this before, if you have not completed every single team affinity, go ahead and look at the ones that you are weakest at, as you have the ability to get 4,500 XP per team not completed at 30,000 team affinity points. Now this XP is not doubled. The only XP that is doubled is the gameplay experience, so keep that in mind. But if you want to be smart about it and you have a ton of teams with 4,500 XP to be collected, you could save it for the 3rd inning XP reward path, and you can do this with multiple of the programs that we're going to be discussing here, such as the assorted programs as well. These programs throughout the reward paths, whether you're looking at the themed ones, the player ones, spotlight, they all have XP reward paths. And then last but not least, in my legacy, although they hide it very well, if you are a March to October player, there are also XP rewards along the reward path. These are going to be some of the best options for you just to get a little bit extra XP, as the gameplay will also be doubled off rip. And then if all else fails in regards to programs and you have all of them completed, completing challenges inside of Diamond Quest is also going to get you some XP. Completing challenges inside of mini seasons, completing the golds inside of Conquest, Showdown not really, and then last but not least, before we jump into online, it's going to be play versus CPU. You go ahead and play the Rockies as away on rookie difficulty, or if you have a custom stadium, which they went ahead and fixed the stadium creator, you go ahead and play it on home. You play at your custom stadium, maybe at a higher difficulty if you'd like, and you just beat up on the White Sox if you're playing at home. If you're playing away, you play versus the Rockies, and you can knock out multiple programs at the same time if you still have a lot of things to work towards. The last options are going to be online, specifically because online there is a multiplayer program, and throughout the multiplayer program there are milestones such as 30,000 experience, 30,000 experience, and then 15,000 here as well. So you do get a good amount of experience for just playing online. And if you're someone that does not do well in ranked or battle royale and you don't want to face such a sweaty environment, then I highly suggest checking out the events, because this does not go towards your record and it's always a little fun theme for you to go ahead and build your team around. We couldn't leave today without talking about the new cards inside of the show shop. 92 overall Yordan Alvarez. This guy is a designated hitter, and I will be completely honest, his live series card is probably just as good. So paying above 200K for him, in my opinion, is just not worth it because he still is not going to play that left field effectively despite him having one of the best swings. Get the cheaper option and get that live series card. In regards to headliners, we have Jonathan Loaiziga from Nicaragua. Sinker, slurve, circle change, four seam, and slider. 100 hit per 9, 98 pitching clutch. Very good. And he also has outlier on the sinker, which is going to make him a lot better. In regards to the upcoming content, the 6, we're going to get the final April Spotlight drop. So what does that mean? If you have not been completing these Spotlight programs, you're gonna want to get them done as soon as possible, because in order to get the lightning card that is also going to drop on the 6, you more than likely will need each and every single one of these program final cards, as well as probably some of the cards that you get from the packs inside the show shop. So that's a possible investment opportunity. We also have the Lightning collection that's going to be also coming out the 6th. Before making the jump to my Twitter, which I told you guys was going to be important, so make sure you guys check out the description and follow if you aren't already. Let's talk Weekend Classic. So you see that in Bronze 1, which is 0 to 399, there is now at 5 wins a rewind pack. Maybe I'm blocking it, so let's go to Bronze 2. At 3 wins, there's a rewind pack. What does this mean? It means that Corey Kluber and Carlos Correa are going to be able to be selected at those lower rounds. And if you're like, okay, that's awesome, but I am in Gold 1. I don't get a rewind pack. Why does it say choose 2 players instead of allowing me to pick those guys up that I didn't get the chance to? Well, it says choose 2 players because that means that the pack inside has the new 2 cards, which we will reveal, as well as the 2 old ones. So you get around to select the new cards and you get around to select the old cards as well. Many more changes were made, so make sure you guys go ahead and follow me on Twitter at BladeMist, same way it's spelled on YouTube and every other platform. There we discussed that we went 25 for 25 in our roster update predictions, as well as the important news about Weekend Classic. So we know how troubling that first Weekend Classic was. Now, your leaderboard is going to have 100 other people, and it will fill out on that day 1 or throughout the Weekend Classic, so you won't be competing against 20 to 30 people anymore. Another big important change is that now you will only match up with people inside your division. So if you're Gold 1, you're not going to be facing people that were Immortal or Diamond or Gold 2 or Silver 2. You're only going to be facing Gold 1 players. Now, if it's taken too long to find the game, that is the only exception where they will break out and allow you to either find a game versus someone in a higher division, meaning if you were Gold 1, Gold 2, or a lower division, meaning if you're Gold 1, Silver 2. Now, if you're at Immortal, that means that you're going to go down only versus Diamond League players. Last but not least, this definitely shouldn't be least, is losing will now negatively affect you in the leaderboard. Before, people would just tank their rating and then win a ton of games in order to be at the top of the leaderboard. You can't do that anymore, because as you lose rating points, you drop inside the leaderboard, because it will be reflected. If you lost 50 points and gained 10 points, you will still be at -40 instead of the old leaderboard where if you lost 50 points and then gained 100, you would be at 100 points gained total in regards to the leaderboard rating changes. I forgot to show this originally, but the 2 new Weekend Classic Diamonds are going to be 91 overall Ryan Sandberg and 91 overall Giancarlo Stanton, Mike Stanton. Yes, they hit the attributes because we are still at least a week away from these cards. Once again, I'd like to kindly remind you all that we do stream daily on Twitch. The link is inside the description. We also have a Discord that has a great growing community. We talk investments, baseball, basketball, sports, life, anything. Just make sure you guys join it. You can set up your notifications so you either get my YouTube notifications only, my Twitch notifications only, or whenever I ping the MLB The Show role inside the Discord, you can enable all 3 or pick and choose whichever ones you'd like. No worries. I won't judge you. And then we have as well our social media links. But don't forget, you're watching this on YouTube, so hit that like button, red subscribe button, notification bell. Have a blessed day and night. Stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.